Nick.
Yo.
What's your topic?
My topic comes from Twitter.
From the community.
Community topic.
Everybody tweet your topics at Nick_Scarpino.
Just like Mr. Sly Guy into Sky.
Damn, that's a good name.
I got a topic for you. Dog. He didn't say dog. I threw that part in.
Dog.
Who is the greatest rapper on the mother effing planet? It's a good
a lot
question,
of rap
guys.
this week. I like that.
A lot of rap.
We're feeling our roots.
This is a question I thought I'd open up to you guys. You guys know very well that I don't know music well at all. I don't, especially rap. Tim, every day, I ask you who sings a song or who does the song or where the song comes from, and you just shake your head.
Usually Nate Dogg,
and you laugh.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting topic, and I'm interested to hear your guys' responses to it. So whoever wants to go first, go. Greg, who's your favorite rapper?
Hey. Well, I'm with you that I have bad taste in music and I don't know much about music. I always say that I love Weezer, Taylor Swift, and Damon. Those are the acts.
Damon Hatfield.
Yeah.
In that order?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good order.
That's a good order.
That's right. Weezer's my favorite band still. Don't worry about that. Nothing's changed.
Swift number 2.
Yeah, and then I mean I don't know where you want to put the music of the TV show Nashville in that because that's various artists doing different things. Well, when I talk about music though, I love strange music. When I talk about rap, I should say I love strange music right now. Tech Nine's label, obviously.
Yeah,
I love Tech Nine. Tech Nine, of course, another Midwest icon. Now, anytime you meet somebody. This is a pro tip to be in with anybody from specifically Kansas City. It can work in general Missouri because everybody knows Tech, but if it's from Kansas City, you're from Kansas City. What about Tech Nine? They'll know Tech Nine. They'll light up that you know Tech Nine. This is my favorite story. I didn't tell a story. I've never told the story to you guys because none of you would normally give a shit. But it makes sense here.
No, we have to.
We went up to PAX. There was an IGN meet and greet. I went there. Blah blah blah. I'm hanging out. I went down. I'm talking to a bunch of kids, and I look over and like we're all drinking beers or whatever. And this one guy has this drink that is various colors, and there's a piece of pineapple on it. I'm like, what are you drinking? And he goes, oh, it's Malibu and 151 rum. And I stop him. I go, is there pineapple juice in that? And he goes, you know Tech Nine? And he was drinking Caribou Lou, which is this drink Tech invented and sings about all the time. And they didn't have pineapple juice. So they had to put a pineapple slice on. Kid had 2 and fucking fell down blackout drunk. And so, like, there's like these, they're like, we always talk about it, like, the rappers you talk about and the music you always talk about, right? Where you're growing from that base. Tech is like that, and he's made it. Like, you know who Tech Nine is, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But like, back when I was in college.
Just real quick thing.
Sure.
The day that Tech Nine and Tone Deaf actually make a song together, because it's been rumored for years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where even though Tech's big now, like it's still that thing where there's all these little call outs that like you have to like really know his music to, to spot a drink, to hear 2 ingredients, be like, that's Caribou Lou, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I brought Damon down, who's a huge Tech fan, and, from Kansas, obviously. And I'm like, Damon, this guy's drinking Caribou Lou. Damon's eyes lit up, and we all freaked out and like nerded out that we knew this. And so Tech's way up there, probably my favorite rapper. And then right below him, his new kid, the Ritz. I love Ritz.
You just showed me this Ritz kid.
The White Jesus, they call him. They call him White Jesus.
It's appropriate.
I saw him up in Petaluma. Tech was there.
Petaluma.
Yeah.
We are the whitest people.
That was the funniest. Yeah, we went up to the.
My God.
Damon and I drove up to Petaluma to see Tech Nine and Ritz, and they go, and it was like his debut. Like he just signed with Strange, and his first album was coming out. Now his second album's out. He's great. I love his stuff. He's really good. So everybody on Strange music I like a lot. But then again, like I said, Colin will be this textbook of rap and just like, oh, well, this reminds me of this one verse from whatever, and he just says the entire. He does the spoken word version where it's like, that doesn't sound like it rhymes, and he's like, oh, it rhymes when you actually hear it. I'm like, all right.
I like speaking rap verses because I think it's funny.
Colin.
Yeah.
Who is the greatest rapper on the planet?
It's tough. I mean, I think rap today is a far cry from where it was in the early to mid 90s. My favorite rappers of all time are, I don't know, like I love De La Soul's probably like my favorite rap group. Plug 1, Plug 2, Plug 3. I mean, they have a bunch of different names, the guys in the group, depending on the era. But De La's from Long Island, but they're very popular. And then their first few records, Balloon Mind State and Stakes is High. I mean, these are fucking seminal rap records. They're excellent, and obviously their contemporaries in Tribe, Q-Tip, and Fife. These are untouchable rap groups that will never be beaten, as far as I'm concerned. But more contemporary stuff. I mean, like I've said, I'm really into Currency these days. I'm really into Bun B. I like rap with vocabulary, but I also like rap with like real hip hop, like a real hip hop slant, not like a more intellectual slant, not like a more nerdcore slant. The reason I love a guy like Currency is because he's a wordsmith, but he's not rapping about the same things that De La's rapping about. He's not. He's rapping about like things that are, you know. I think a lot of rappers today are intentionally trying to be funny, and that's kind of.
Unfortunately, don't think that's true.
I do. I think when you listen to
Waka Flocka Flame.
I think when you listen to something like early Mike
Waka
Jones
Waka
or
what?
like
Waka Flocka Flame.
We're old.
Yeah.
I think if you listen to like Jeezy or Mike Jones or whatever, I think it's obvious that they're trying to be funny. I mean that's like especially their early stuff. Like I think that's kind of like your hook with especially someone like Mike Jones who's not very good. Like you have to Mike Jones?
Who?
Oh, you're being that's funny. That's good. That's good. I like that.
Can we just turn our mics off?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Good topic, Nick.
Damn it.
But like I don't know. So I mean, it depends on the era. It depends on like the kind of hip hop you're looking for, that kind of flavor you're looking for. I mean, I really, really, really love like, and I hate to put it this way, but I love more like gangster rap. Like I love that shit.
What's
like
the best,
I think it's
what's
awesome.
the best decade for that then? The 90s.
For like gangster rap that makes you laugh?
Just good, like best gangster rap.
Probably the mid 90s is like the
Yeah.
you know what
The
do you
East
when
Coast,
you
West
have-
Coast rap.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that's like I don't know if that was that's you know like I was listening to like even something like so mainstream and played out like Juicy, like the song's fucking awesome. You know like
Yeah.
like no one's writing music like that anymore. No one's writing lyrics like that anymore. No one has a cadence like that anymore. No one you know.
The cadence.
But like well that's everything like the intonation and like the way you curve through a verse is like really essential in the way like you're received as a rapper. I mean think about
I
someone
didn't know
like
there was so many technical terms for rap. I thought people just kind of threw some words together.
Don't get out of the
that rhymed.
pocket.
I think there's
What
like
did you just say? Swerve the curve?
no, like the way you like you swerve and begin like in the beginning of a verse where you find yourself at the end of the verse says a lot about a rapper and his talent. You know what I mean? Like what was I listening to lately? I was listening to like Jules Santana or something like that.
Recently?
Yeah, like I like it came up on my like my Spotify and I was like because I actually like going back and listening to like older hip hop. There's some like great stuff. Maybe you listen to something like Shop Boys or something like really manufactured and you're like Jesus. You know, like it like, but then you listen to someone like, you know, you listen to One Mic, like what a seminal like rap song, like early 2000s rap song, fucking brilliant rap song with like deep lyrics and stuff like that, and where it begins and where it ends, and the build up and all that kind of stuff. Like you can in hip hop you can like really achieve like rock level emotion in a song. It's not easy. A lot of rappers don't do it, but you can do it. And so I get so fucking mad when people dismiss rap as like something that's not musical and something that's not doesn't take any talent. It takes an immense amount of talent and it's very
Is that still a
musical.
thing?
Yeah, do you hear that?
Definitely.
I
I remember growing up that like you know like Tipper Gore was all pissed off. Like I thought by now we stomped that out and that's done.
No,
just like No Homo.
no.
We ended that
No,
2
you-
episodes ago of the GameOverGreggy.
I tweet about rap all the time and I just tweet random rap lyrics. I love doing it. And people like are always like, you know, rap sucks or like, you know, this is like I'm like, what are you talking about? Like this stuff's when you look at the landscape of rock today and you look at the landscape of rap is much stronger. Rock sucks today. It's terrible. It's fucking awful. There's like very few bands like Young the Giant and like some random bands that are really doing good stuff today. And then there's a lot of rappers that are doing really good stuff. It's because it's I think a more accessible way to make music.
You don't need an instrument.
And, exactly, and like the guys that make beats like Scott Storch and all these guys, you know, great producers, are making awesome beats that rappers then cling on to and make into their into their own kind of thing. I was listening to Problems Like What a few days ago, which is an exceptional song. If you like, and
who does that musical song?
I don't know who does that beat. That's like a kind of a half remake of an old song. It's not quite a remake.
Oh, they borrowed a beat from something?
Yeah, like even some of the lyrics are
Jacked.
borrowed. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the beat jacked?
Yes.
Swerve the curve, beat jack, and in the pocket. That's what I've learned so far.
I'm
from
pretty
this
sure you
conversation.
invented Swerve the Curve.
What?
Yeah, you
said
invented
to him,
Swerve the
"Did
Curve.
you just say swerve the curve?" And he said, "No, they swerve their lyrics." But you as soon as you finished your sentence, your question, you then were just like,
Well, and you have to understand that pocket is not a term that started with rap. It's just the one that resonates most for me with raps. Being in the pocket means, like in sheer musical terms, being in the pocket means that everyone's in sync. And that like they're feeding off of each other.
Got
Like that is the pocket. But when you have a pocket where like it leaves an opening, I mean, think about it. Like think about this, the visual of it being in the pocket.
I believe there's a Lucky Boy song that begins like they're talking a little bit, and he goes, "Let me get one right up here in the pocket." Is he using a musical term?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Yeah, there's. I mean,
What does
in
that
the-
mean? They're
in
playing
the
pocket
pocket
pool?
means a
Yeah.
lot. Well, it also there's a sexual variety of
Pocket.
getting
does that mean?
in the pocket.
The meat wallet?
Having sex, just vaginal penetration.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you say
then-
that when you're getting ready to record a song? That doesn't make sense.
Or does it? I don't know. And then acting out of pocket is another thing.
What is that?
That's like when you're doing shit that's like,
Oh, you're
not
acting a
cool.
fool.
Yeah, acting full.
Okay.
Out of pocket.
Tim.
Anyway, yeah, going off on tangents. Sorry, going off on tangents with rap, but I love it. People underestimate how much I love hip hop. Like, it's a special genre of music for sure.
Tim, who's your favorite rapper?
For me, it's not even about favorite rapper. This is about the greatest rapper and favorite, Tone Deaf. I've said it before on the show. I'll say it again many times on this show. He actually dropped a new EP today. You guys should check it out. Yeah.
How are you even here? It's like a
Honestly,
national holiday
this
for
is
you.
crazy for me. Yeah, no, it was like I was freaking out earlier listening to it. Listening to new Tone Deaf music is always an experience for me, and for many others.
Wait, is this the one that
it's really good.
he had advertised it? No.
No, this is not. That'll come one day. This is he's putting out 4 EPs that all turn into one album eventually when he releases the 4th one later. It's gonna be a very special time in everyone's lives. But he is hands down greatest rapper of all time. Like, period. When it comes to, if you're talking technical, like all the stuff you were talking about, spades. Like, he can just do anything, any type of beat, he'll rock it just better than anyone else. Like, he will say more things correctly in a verse than anyone else.
So he swerves the curve.
He swerves the curve. He swerves the curve very, very,
He's getting
very
that
well.
pocket swerve.
And you know, when a lot of people listen to him, he tends to rap fast, more than slow, in a lot of the songs. And a lot of people like pigeonhole him as like a fast rapper. It's not all he is. And like Tech Nine's similar.
Yeah,
a lot of
Tech's
people are like, oh, he's just a fast rapper. It's like he's a lot more than just a fast rapper. And when you listen to what he's saying, he's actually saying stuff, which is a big difference between. So you're pretty much breaking it down to there's either the gangster stuff or the like deep intellectual De La Soul stuff. I hate dictionary rap. I hate it when it's just rappers that are just like saying quit complaining, I don't even get the shit that I'm saying. A couple plays will explain. It's like, what are you're just saying words that kind of rhyme and flow. You're not saying anything.
Right.
To me, Tone Deaf is the perfect example of he's saying something. There's layers to it. There's deeper meanings to everything. Like, if you hear something and you're like, oh, it's probably a reference to something, it is. You know, and then the more you listen to it, eventually you're like, oh, I get what he's saying. And like, there'll be things that I've heard from an album of his 10 years ago that like, I'm like, oh man, I just get that. I'll call up my brother and I'll be like, dude, like, I just figured out this line. He's like, oh shit, how did we not think about that? And it's like, that's what's crazy to me.
I love that idea of you and your brother are just at home trying to hatch lyrics. Like, what is it? Oh fuck!
Which is funny because you actually know Tone, so you could actually tweet at him. He probably might tweet you back like, "This is what I meant."
But see but that's the thing though. It's like he does all that stuff on purpose, and it's so meticulous. And he even came up with this thing called the flow notation system, so that when he writes music, he's not just like listening to the beat and writing music to it. It's like there is every syllable has its place, and like he knows exactly how I was saying it, so he can do the whole going out of pocket and like doing things correctly. And like when you hear him, like earlier in the show, not in this topic, but you were mentioning that you can hear a rapper and you're like, I know exactly where he's going to go with this verse. You will never guess where Tone Deaf's going, ever. To the point that, and this is the weirdest compliment I can ever give, but whenever I first hear Tone Deaf music, I don't like it. I always hear it and I'm just like, oh, this isn't what I want. This is not how I want this to sound. This isn't how it should sound, whatever. And I keep listening to it and eventually I'm like,
that's not good, that reaction.
what's up? I know it's not.
Yeah.
But then eventually I'm just like, damn, this is really good. I get it. And it clicks. And I'm just like, damn, he just did something new. You know, he didn't just give me what I wanted.
Sure.
He gave me something new and now I want more of this. And the next time he does something totally different, I'm just like, fuck, I love this. And now I look back on the, decade that he's made music, and every single song is completely different. And he'll have some deep introspective stuff. He'll have a lot of comedy stuff that's hilarious. He'll have some just fast stuff, slow stuff, all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, holy shit. So Tone Deaf,
You're the king, Tone Deaf.
best rapper alive.
Nice.
Follow him. I think for me, it's Snoop and Dre. And here's why. The other day, I really, really wanted to listen to the Chronic album, and it's not on Spotify. No matter how hard I try, no matter what song I search for, it is just
How hard
not
did you
there.
try?
Very hard.
Chronic.
Almost, to the point.
Snoop Dogg.
It's been to the point where I've been trying to search for this album for like the last 2 months, and it just hasn't been on there.
How did you search for Snoop Dogg? How do you spell it?
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Thank you.
There you go. What D-O-double-G? You see? I was gonna go into the rest of it. I'm not going to. And I'm like, I know I own this CD, right? I've literally purchased the CD like twice, and I could have swore it was in my CD player. So I started going.
I've literally bought it twice.
Well, how many times have you bought a CD twice?
Dynamite Hack.
Why?
because Dynamite Hack once gave its life to keep my car from burning down. I was driving. It was when
The band gave their life.
No, well, I had
You
driven.
were walking by, they're like, Greg, we'll save your car.
They would do that for me, I bet.
Okay.
No, but I was driving back from the bars with a friend who was drunk, and she was smoking in my car. But we were day drinking, so it was nice out, so the windows were down. And she did this thing where she flicked her cigarette out, and I didn't think anything of it. And then a few days later, I went back. I was like, "Where's my Dynamite Hack CD?" Oh, it's in the back. And I went back there and I pulled it out, and there was a hole melted into it.
Yeah.
And she had thrown her cigarette butt. It had come in and landed on the CD, and the CD kept my car from burning down.
Whoa.
And it's one of those crazy things. I remember my mom told the story of growing up that this guy came home with pizza once, and then 20 minutes later his car was on fire, and it was the same thing that he'd done it and inflicted it. And she's like, "Never do that." I'm like, I'm never gonna smoke, so don't worry about it. And I never thought about giving someone else a ride home randomly and having them flick and blow back in.
Yeah.
So I bought that album again.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I went searching for my album, couldn't find it, so I'm gonna probably have to break down and actually buy it on iTunes, which I don't mind. But I started searching through my 6-disc changer in my car, which if you guys have, do you have a CD changer in your car? No, you guys don't drive cars, right? You find some funny stuff in a 6-disc CD changer that you haven't, you just forgot about. I have not used this in 2 years. I'll give you 3 guesses as to which CD popped up first. Tim.
Eiffel 65.
No.
Because that was Alfredo's
blue.
car. Alfredo's 6-disc changer is just the best.
That was 2. You got 2 more left. Give me 1 more.
The Macarena?
No, that's weird. Why would that be in there?
He just got the single, the Macarena single on a disc.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you 1 hint. It was in sync.
Oh, okay, yeah. No strings attached.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, wow, that's so embarrassing. And I actually started making an excuse to no one as to why that was there. I was like, I don't know. Someone was and I was like, no one's listening to me. It doesn't matter.
Great jam. What do you care? Some good
It was
tunes.
good. It was turning my heart. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the thing. Like, I wasn't a huge hip hop fan. I would just hear whatever was at parties or whatever my friends would play for me. And of course, that sound, that West Coast rap sound of the '90s, just defined me in the '90s. Really, I heard it everywhere I went. So listening to that, listening to Snoop, listening to Dre, that just reminds me of my childhood, basically, which is crazy. Which is so funny because I never really. There's so many other things happening during that time period, right? And I don't know if they were the most commercial or not, but for some reason that's the only thing I remember. Just weird. I knew there was a rivalry happening. I just don't know what came out of the East Coast, which is
Nas, who's that
Puffy?
guy?
I just didn't like that sound.
Biggie?
I like the West Coast sound.
All right.